Hello again, everybody. It's me, Marcus, and I review stuff. Today, I'm reviewing the song Big A Little A by the band Crass. Can't say I've ever heard anything from this band before, as going in totally blind. No idea what to expect. This does come as a request, so as always, if you would like to request something, please leave a comment below, and I'll be sure to get to it. Like I said, going in totally blind, never heard of this band before, much less I can't say I've heard anything from them. So this is a totally blind, first time reaction sort of thing. But I'm excited, the whole point of the channel is to broaden those horizons, listen to some music that I've never heard before. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. All right, I'll stop talking, let's jam. Here we go.
Little A bouncing B. The system I touch your body won't get me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stand in control, like you gonna let him get you. Gonna be a prisoner of band state set you. So you wanna be a summer kind of thing, I'll let you. Around to get you. Hello, this is the Lord God, can you hear? Hellfire and damnation, what I've done for you down there. On earth I have ambassadors, Archbishop, Vicar, Pope. We'll find you with morality, you best abandon any hope. We're telling you, you'd better pray, cause you were born in sin. Right from the start we'll build a cell, and then we'll lock you in. We're sitting only judgment, condemning those that stray. We offer our forgiveness, but first we'll make you pay. If they're control, are you gonna let them get you? Gonna be a prisoner of band they set you. Say you wanna be a summer kind of thing, I'll let you. They're out to get you. Hello. Now here's a message from your queen. I'm stick ahead on the status quo, I set the social scene. I'm most concerned about my people, I want to give them peace. So I'm making sure they stay in line with my army and police. My prisons and my influence and ever open door. For those amongst my subjects who dare to ask for more. Unruliness and disrespect are things I can't allow. So I'll see the peasants grovel if they refuse to bow. If they're control, are you gonna let them get you? Gonna be a prisoner of band state set you. Say you wanna be a summer kind of thing, I'll let you. You're out to get you. Introducing the bad sister. She's a mother to us all. Got a Dutch boy's finger in the dike, her ass is in the wall. Holding back the future, waiting for the seas to part. If Moses did it with his faith, she'll do it with an army. Urban's on a fair crisis, a certain to be there. Going national heritage, no matter what or where. Palace for king and queen, smash for the rich, protect for the wealthy, defense of privilege. They've learned the ropes tonight, engaged in civil war, fighting for the ruling class, their battle against the poor. So I just acknowledge this island of mine. Great being for the bollocks, you bear them behind. When every other corner, standing see when I let fall. God of the future, even with the law. It's days to remind that no matter what you do, if balance is the door, then we bring yours on you. You've got to have the worry, you understand school. They've got your name and number, it's just what they will. You've got to look for methods, to undermine what's bound. It's time to change the table, the future must be ours. could be an anarchist, but no one ever tried to jump a bullet down the steeple. You'll never be the system, not for me number 10. Sit the test of my difference, there must be mad people. You might just live into one, but I'll be back again. If you don't like the rules they make, refuse to play their game. If you don't want to be a number, don't give them your name. If you don't want to be called out, refuse to hear the question. Silence is a virtue, use it for your own protection. I try to make you play their game, refuse to show your face. If you don't want to be beaten down, refuse to join their race. Be exactly who you want to be, do what you want to do. I am he and she is she, but you're the only you. Hello. Welcome.
Very nice. Some classic British punk rock for you there. That was enjoyable in many ways, and in some, I realized that I that's not really my genre of music. That's not something that I really listen to a whole lot. So to me, it was a little jarring at first, but I really enjoyed the bass line. The bass work throughout was pretty awesome. Guitar was all right. To me, it was a very simplistic, punk rock guitar riff. Didn't really like the guy's voice. I think that was just again very standard British punk rock voice. And that, which is to say, there's not really anything wrong with it. It's just not my cup of tea, I think, is what it is. But overall, the song was very enjoyable to kind of vibe out to, jam out to. I really like when they kind of sped up the pace there towards the end of the song. But I also really like the kind of pulling it back and just letting the bass speak for itself, and the singer kind of almost spoken word his lines. That was pretty enjoyable. There were some nice parts to it. I think even for someone like me who doesn't really like this type of punk rock very much, and so definitely some positives there. So as always, let's break it down. Let's start with the lyrics. So let me pull them up real quick, and here they are. So big A, little a, bouncing B, the system might have got you, but it won't get me. Apparently, at the beginning, the kids were saying big A, little a, bouncing B, the cat's in the cupboard, but she can't see. Interesting. It's a popular rhyme among English children. Okay. So big A, little a, bouncing B, the system might have got you, but it won't get me. 1, 2, 3, 4, external control, are you gonna let them get you? Do you want to be a prisoner in the boundaries they set you? You say you want to be yourself, but Christ, do you think they'll let you? They're out to get you. So basically, don't let the system control you. Very punk rock, I agree. Hello. This is the Lord God, can you hear? Hellfire and damnation's what I've got for you down there. On earth I have ambassadors, archbishop, vicar, I don't know, whatever, pope. Will blind you with morality, you'd best abandon any hope. We're telling you you'd better pray, 'cause you were born in sin. Right from the start, we'll build a cell and then we'll lock you in. We sit in holy judgment, condemning those that stray. We offer our forgiveness, but first we'll make you pay. Yeah, as someone who's not religious, I can see where they're coming from here. This is a very sort of anti-religion, anti-Christianity sort of vibe here. And there is a lot to religion where I'm like, for me, I'm like, even though I'm not religious, I feel like if you're not hurting anybody, if you're not forcing your beliefs down anybody's throat, you believe what you want to believe, do what you want to do. I don't really care. But when I was, growing up Catholic, it was definitely some parts of religion that I didn't agree with, even when I was in full Catholic mode. And then of course even more so now that I'm no longer religious. But this one right here, right from the start, will build, let me back up a little bit. Will blind you with morality. You'd best abandon any hope. We're telling you better pray, because you were born with sin. I remember learning in Catholic school what do they call it, catechism or something like that, where they teach you like, oh yeah, everyone is born with what's called original sin, so you're a sinner the moment you're born. And to me, that never sat right, because it's like, what is innocent if not like a newborn baby? You know what I mean? Like, and to say that that baby is born with sin, and then some of the ideas that people had, like, a baby, if a baby dies, and they haven't been baptized, they like still go to hell, or in some cases, I guess, purgatory. Which I'm like, whoa, it's hardcore, because again, what is innocent if not a baby? So yeah, there's some parts of religion where I'm just like, yeah, it's kind of just not for me, man. That's not, I can't vibe with that. And I think that's kind of what they're taking here. They're saying, like, look at these extremes that you see in religion. We shouldn't, I guess, follow that. Which again, to me, it's like, you believe what you want to believe. Don't hurt people. Don't force your beliefs down other people's throats, and you just believe what you want to believe. But these guys are like, nah, religion sucks. Screw it. Don't do it. I mean, again, there are some things where I'm like, yeah, I kind of agree with that, but I also don't agree with telling people what to believe, I guess, from a religion standpoint. But we sit in holy judgment, condemning those that stray, which again, there are people in religion who do that. We offer our forgiveness, but first we'll make you pay. I have a cousin. I don't mind throwing her out there, because she's one of those like anti-vax crazy people. Anti-vax. Bill Gates wants to put microchips in us using the coronavirus vaccine. 5G causes coronavirus. All that shit. She's one of those people, and she's definitely one of the people who will sit in holy judgment, condemning those that stray. Basically saying, like, if you're not Christian, that you're not a good person, that kind of thing. So I'm like, I don't want to invite that cousin to any more family reunions, none of that stuff. Like, we're gonna sweep her under the rug, which again, apparently only I am cool with. Apparently the rest of my family is like, oh no, family first, blah blah blah. I'm like, hell no, family first, unless your family's fucking crazy. In that case, you let them know what's up. But anyway, we offer our forgiveness, but first we'll make you pay. Which again, I think that speaks a lot. Here in America, churches have tax exempt status, and they don't always use that to the best of their ability. Don't get me wrong, there are many churches out there who very actively collect money and then distribute it to those in need, or use it for good causes and stuff like that. But then there are, mega churches, Joel Osteen type things, where they really make the pastors millionaires, and it's definitely not something good. I'm assuming this happens over in England as well, considering I think this is clearly like an English band. But yeah, there's definitely some parts of religion and the establishment of religion that I definitely don't agree with. And I think this band does a pretty good job of pointing that out here in the song. External control, are you going to let them get you? Do you want to be a prisoner in the boundaries they set you? You say you want to be yourself by Christ. Do you think they'll let you? They're out to get you. Hello, hello, hello. Now here's a message from your queen. I love the way he said that too. It's just very like tongue in cheek, very cheeky. As figurehead of the status quo, I set the social scene. I'm most concerned about my people. I want to give them peace, so I'm making sure they stay in line with my army and police. I love that. This is very anti-establishment, from church to, queen, government, what have you. I love it. This is punk rock all through and through. So I'm making sure they stay in line with my army and police. My prisons and my mental homes have ever opened doors for those amongst my subjects who dare to ask for more. Unruliness and disrespect are things I can't allow, so I'll see the peasants grovel if they refuse to bow. I love that. Again, and when did this song come out? 82, it looks like. These messages are pretty accurate today as well. You see it right now, where people are attempting to peacefully protest, and police are responding with immense brutality and overreacting in many ways. And so it's kind of like, wow, it's true. It's still true. They frown upon unruliness and disrespect, and so they toss you in jail for it. It's insane. External control, are you going to let them get you? Do you want to be a prisoner in the boundaries they set you? You say you want to be yourself by Christ. Do you think they'll let you? They're out to get you. Introducing the prime sinister. She's a mother to us all, like the Dutch boy's finger in the dike. Her arse is in the wall. Jesus, that's a punk rock line if I've ever heard one. Like the Dutch boy's finger in the dike. Her arse is in the wall. Yeah, I don't understand that. That's definitely some Britishisms for me there. holding back the future, waiting for the seas to part. If Moses did it with his faith, she'll do it with an army, who at times of threatened crisis are certain to be there, guarding national heritage no matter what or where, palaces for kings and queens, mansions for the rich, protection for the wealthy, defense of privilege. They've learnt the ropes in Ireland, engaged in civil war, fighting for the ruling classes in their battle against the poor. So Ireland's just an island. It's an island of the mind. Great Britain, future, bollocks. You'd better look behind. Round every other corner stands PC 1984. Guardian of the future, he'll implement the law. He's there as a grim reminder that no matter what you do, Big Brother's system's always there with his beady eyes on you. From God to local Bobby, in time, the street and in home and street and school, they've got your name and number while you've just got their rule. We've got to look for methods to undermine those powers. It's time to change the tables. The future must be ours. Big A, little a, bouncing B. The system might have got you, but it won't get me. Be exactly who you want to be. Do what you want to do. I am he and she is she, but you're the only you. No one else has got your eyes, can see the things you see. It's up to you to change your life, and my life's up to me. The problems that you suffer from are problems that you make. The shit we have to climb through is the shit we choose to take. If you don't like the life you live, change it now, it's yours. Nothing has effects if you don't recognize the cause. So it seems to me like this last part of the song is definitely like, hey, start with yourself. If you want to better the world, or if you want to resist this change, start with yourself. Start with the way that you think and the way you act, which I like that. I completely agree with the message. If you really with anything, if you want it's that whole phrase, be the change you want to see in the world. It's true. If you want the world to be kinder, to be a better place, you always want to start with yourself and kind of think about what your part is in all of this. So if the program's not the one you want, get up, turn off the set. It's only you that can decide what life you're going to get. If you don't like religion, you can be the Antichrist. If you're tired of politics, you can be the anarchist. Cool. But no one ever changed the church by pulling down a steeple, and you'll never change the system by bombing number 10. Systems just aren't made of bricks. They're mostly made of people. You may send them into hiding, but they'll be back again. Oh, man, that's such a great line. Completely relevant. I mean, you see it right now with, the tearing down of Confederate statues. To me, honestly, I agree. Tear down those Confederate statues. We shouldn't have statues to losers and traitors of America. But at the same time, that is, at the end of the day, a very hollow gesture, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. Because, yes, they're indicative of a problematic system, but as he says here, systems aren't just made of bricks. The system isn't made of statues; they're made of the people who enable that. So yes, it's good to topple those things down, but we have to fix the people behind the system as well. And again, you may send them into hiding, but they'll be back again. If you don't like the rules they make, refuse to play their game. If you don't want to be a number, don't give them your name. If you don't want to be caught out, refuse to hear their question. Silence is a virtue. Use it for your own protection. They'll try to make you play their game. Refuse to show your face. If you don't want to be beaten down, refuse to join their race. Be exactly who you want to be. Do what you want to do. I am he and she is she, but you're the only you. I love that. I may not have really appreciated the vocals or the instrumentation as much, but the punk rock message is there, man, and I dig it. I totally dig it. The first half of the song is definitely more about here are the systems that we have to topple, religion, government, police, whatever. And then the second half of the song is really okay, now you have to be active and you have to think about yourself and how you're going to fight the system, basically fight the powers. So I love that. I thought that was great. Great kind of two-part song there. And again, I think a lot of it still has relevance today, almost 30 plus years later. It's insane how little things have changed and how greatly things have changed at the same time. You know what I mean? So lyrically, I got to give it 2 thumbs up. I loved reading through that and really breaking apart the message. I thought it was great. Punk rock through and through. Again, for me, I think the part that I just didn't really like were some of the vocals. And again, that's just punk rock vocals. It is what it is. I think it's just not my cup of tea, if you will. I will say I got to put some praise on the bass. I think the bass work throughout was fantastic. Really kept the groove going, made the song really interesting for me, and very enjoyable in many ways. The guitar was fine again, kind of basic punk rock guitar, but it worked for me throughout the song. The drumming was fine. I think to me the biggest takeaway is just the vocals and the style. You know, I don't know if I necessarily enjoy punk rock as much as many other people do, but regardless, I mean, I had a great time listening to it. I think part of that was the lyrics and again the bass. So to me, it's not a lost cause. It's not totally like, oh, this is negative, I hate it. In fact, I think there are parts that I like, and I feel like if maybe I listen to the song a couple more times, there are definitely more parts that would grow on me. So for me, this one is not a negative review. This is definitely more of a grower for me. I'm going to need it to grow on me a little bit more before I really get into it. So overall, instrumentally and vocally, I give it a thumb up. As far as replay value, you know, again, I have to listen to this one a couple more times to really kind of get into the groove of it and really see what I appreciate about it and what I truly don't like about it. You know, I can't always judge something fairly off of one listen. So I'm very much aware that I probably need to listen to it a couple more times to really get the feel for it. So as far as replay value goes, you know, I'm not really sure yet. I'm not really sure. I think I'm just going to stay neutral on this one. You know, I got to listen to it again. This is one of those where I have to kind of mull it over a little bit. So anyway, I very much enjoyed this song in many ways, so I appreciate the person who requested it. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed the music, definitely go support the artist. I mean, hell, this song is pretty old. I don't know if they're around at all anymore, but I'll check to see if they're on Spotify. If they are, I will put them in my Spotify playlist. It has every single song I've heard so far on my channel. It's got a lot of music. If you want to support me, just the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.